Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting adventure in poetry reading with your host, me, the shoebox poet Clarence Plank, and we're going to be reading from my book, Finding Peace Within the Storm. I hope you had a good 4th of July weekend, or having a good 4th and everything. Hope you've been able to, spend time with your family and do different things and just absolutely blow it out of water. No pun intended. And hope you got your fingers and your toes and didn't do anything and hurt anybody. So hope you're okay and be safe. So here we are. We're going to be reading a few short poems, or reading some poems, a few of them. Not a lot because I need to get in bed and get up in the morning, early in the morning. So this first poem is called "Losing Faith." Losing faith is so easy to do when the world has you on your knees. Losing faith, I felt in you. I know the shame that comes when losing yourself. This is all you know, losing myself in these lies, and I must believe to keep my faith, so will you not lose your faith in me. And in this poem, when I was writing it, it's basically, you have those moments where you just absolutely lose your faith because, everything is just falling apart around you. And it's just like no matter what you do, you seem like you're running in place. And it's a frustrating thing. But then over time, for what I've learned is like if it's everything's falling apart around you, that means it's falling into play, and the pieces are falling. It has to fall apart because the pieces will fall, will may crumble to the ground, but they will rebuild something that was needed to happen. Something needed to happen for that. To rebuild on. To be able to have something to where you can start over anew. And yes, it can be frustrating, but you got to have faith that those things will happen. And a lot of times it says, even though you go through these struggles, people lose their faith in you because they're like, hey, you do this right here. That is the path you need to go on. And you're like, there's a path. I don't see a path right there. I basically see a bunch of dang trees in the way. Where do you see the path? I mean, there ain't nothing there. So you end up dealing with that. So this next poem is called Lost. Lost inside my hole, lost in a dream, broken from my mighty fall. I can hear your voice, soft but so faint to hear, being lost and dwelling on the edge, lost in the darkness of my mind. Can you feel the darkness closing in on you? Lost inside this room, feeling for the walls, lost in the corner of some place. I can see the stars lost inside my hole, reaching for the heavens. Lost once, twice, and it's over. And I was looking at this was basically based off the song "Down in a Hole," because you do get kind of lost in things, lost in the moment and all that, and you feel like you have, completely lost what things are going on, and that's why basically these two poems are kind of tied together. But I think the lost poem was for a something in regards to maybe like a word prompt at this point. And oh yeah, if you were hearing things in the background, that's the dishwasher going. This next poem is called Weep. Weep. All the angels begin to weep. The tears fall like rain. With a broken heart, I hung my head in shame. A twisted mind, I sat dying a lonely death. And for me, I was thinking about, you know, what does it mean for an angel to weep? There are like different things. I think it was like a reference in the Bible about it. Not really sure. But when you have a situation where, even the angels weep because of the things that happen, it's like because they happen for biblical things. So you kind of wonder if angels weep whenever something happens to someone or a situation. This next one's called Coins. Many dreams lying at the bottom of a well. So many thoughts, so many lives, many dreams made of copper and silver. Dreams paid with coins, lost fields and failed hopes, paint a pretty picture of faith. Where do they go and do? Do they really come true? Dreams made of coins. And if you look at that, this is basically, I was sitting there. Um, I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was Goonies because there's a reference in that about about being under the old wishing well in their town. But I mean, have you ever noticed about looking at water fountains and they have all the coins and stuff in there, and people are tossing in coins because they're basically tossing in hoping that it will grant some wish. And we all had that moment when we flip a coin and when we're hoping that wishes do come true or something. Um, because there's a faith in that you're making a wish that it's going to come true. Words. I can find 1,000 words, 1,000 reasons not to believe. We could find 1,000,000 words to speak our peace. Yet these only words, words that break us, destroy everything we love. Now, I think this poem is based off of the song called "1,000 Words or More" by Savage Garden, and just looking at 1,000, how many reasons that people can say words and then can say different things. And there's old things that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But it just seems like other people take those words to heart in that expression. And the last one we got here is called "Ode to Loss." There was a time when all was new, then she came in my life. A different woman, more than 1,000 miles away, a distant beauty who taught me to rhyme. Expressed myself with words and rekindled a desire to dream again. Then I poured some kerosene and struck a match, and we watched it burn, like a beacon warning other ships that pass, which I feel years later was our destiny to never meet. Like two ships passing in the night without a sound, day after day I still find myself thinking about her, the red-headed woman, with emerald eyes, ruby lips, and a gentle spirit. She was my first love and one of my many regrets. I can never atone. 500 dates later, 6 or 7 ways on how to not to fall in love. 20 wonderful friendships, and I'm still a single man, learning how to make the best of the worst. It hurts, but it gets me by. So I raise my glass high. Friendships in the come and go, like the leaves of autumn. Life changes, people change, they go their own way. So here's to friends, failure, broken hearts, and an ode to loss. And this right here has like a couple of different songs that were basically kerosene. I forget who the group was that did that. And there's another song uh, by Saliva that was also in here. But the main thing was reminiscing about the girl, about Lisa and everything, and who she was as a person that inspired me to be, to write poetry and things. It says that you never forget the moments that you talk to somebody, and they inspire something from you. It's difficult to really try and grasp that years later for me. So we're gonna wrap it up here. I appreciate your time and everything, and I appreciate whoever shared this. Uh, Check out the caption in this post. Check out my friend Jenna Jinks portraits and her wonderful drawings. Reiki with Aria and Alberta. I mean, definitely check out their things. It's help you through things you're going through in your life. Also, my friend Dwight, who is back to publishing videos. I say he's did a college video. Um, so definitely check it out over on YouTube. The links in the caption of this video. The Spine Bookshop and their Chronicles of a Bookshop, their podcast. Definitely go check them out over on Spotify. Casting the Fire podcast over on Spotify too. Definitely go listen to them and support them. And the Spine Bookshop has a brick and mortar place now. Definitely follow the link to be able to find them. And Yeah, and also support me. You're a poet and a children's book author. You know, definitely click in the link in the bio to be able to go to my page and buy my books. If you want this book or other books, they're there. The link's there. So I will see y'all next weekend. Hopefully, take it easy.